You may or may not know that a week from tomorrow, February 9th, is the start of the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Remember, impeachment happens in the House. I'm still getting emails from saying, David, Trump hasn't been impeached yet. No. He's been impeached. He was impeached once and the Senate acquitted him. He's now been impeached a second time by the House, and we don't yet know how the Senate will vote, although we kind of do. The Senate is in all likelihood going to vote to acquit Donald Trump again. That trial starts a week from tomorrow, February 9th, and very bad news for Donald Trump, I guess, depending on your perspective. All of Donald Trump's possible lawyers have quit. South Carolina lawyer Butch Bowers and 4 other attorneys who had signed on to represent Donald Trump in the second impeachment trial all abruptly quit over the weekend. This is just days before the trial is going to start. Trump, of course, is going to be on trial for having been impeached for his role in inciting the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Unbelievable that it's already been almost a month since that. Feels like it was yesterday. And Donald Trump's office announced late last night that 2 new lawyers are going to be taking over the defense. The reason we are being told that Trump's up until hours ago legal team has quit is that Trump reportedly wanted those lawyers during Trump's defense in the Senate to also make the case that Trump actually won the election. Now, it's really important to understand what this means. One defense of Trump would be Trump didn't incite a riot. He just didn't incite a riot. That he had no responsibility whatsoever. When I hear that Trump wants his lawyers to argue that he actually won the election, it occurs to me that Donald Trump wants to do what's called an affirmative defense, meaning he isn't going to deny what he's accused of, but he's going to argue it was justified. So when you're accused of murder, for example, one defense would be, I didn't do it. I didn't kill anybody. An affirmative defense would be, I killed them, but it was self-defense. You're acknowledging that the literal act took place, but you're arguing it's not illegal. You shouldn't be punished for it because it was a justified self-defense action. If you say to me, Trump wants his lawyers to argue he won the election, to me, it's sounding like Trump wants the argument to be made that Trump did incite it, although I'm sure they would use other words, but it was justified because Trump did win and they were trying to get back for Trump what was rightfully his. It seems insane to me to make that argument. And it seems Donald Trump's legal team, what was his legal team up until last night, agrees with that. And they are not willing to participate in it. Trump's attorneys initially planned to focus the strategy on whether the impeachment is constitutional, given that Donald Trump is gone, and what the definition is of incitement, and making the case that Donald Trump didn't really incite anything. And of course, when Donald Trump says, claim I won the election, that changes significantly. Donald Trump, according to people close to him, was telling his lawyers, let's litigate the voter fraud allegations. Let's litigate the 2020 race. Let's litigate all the stuff that was litigated for really a period of 2 months, starting right after the November 2020 election, and make it a defense of my actions rather than an argument about constitutionality or that kind of defense. This seems to have been extremely triggering to Donald Trump's lawyers. Trump spokesman Jason Miller says that the split was mutual between Trump and the attorneys. I don't believe that for 2 reasons. Jason Miller lies about everything, and Trump doesn't tend to have mutual splits with people. Either they resign or he angrily fires them. And for that reason, it doesn't seem plausible at all. Now, I'm imagining this dream idea that Trump ultimately can't get anybody to stay with him through the trial, and that he ends up representing himself, and it becomes sort of like a cartoonish legal drama. I don't think it's going to happen, but can you imagine if Trump showed up and tried to defend himself, represent himself? The reason I don't think it will happen isn't because Trump doesn't think he could do a good job. Trump's exactly the type of narcissist that would think he can do a good job defending himself. I don't think it'll happen because reports are that Trump is very confident that he is not going to be convicted. And he's probably right about that. And thus, he doesn't really think it's worth putting that much effort into this. He's going to just find some lawyers to help him. He's not getting convicted anyway. So why Why worry about it too much? On the other hand, we know Trump often doesn't pay his lawyers, so it seems he'd be well-intentioned or well-situated to hire the best lawyers that he can and then simply stiff them like he's tried to do to most of his lawyers, including reportedly Rudy Giuliani. I don't know. The sad truth, the sort of final thought about this, Trump could show up, represent himself, admit guilt repeatedly. The Senate Republican cult still wouldn't convict Donald Trump. That's how horrifying the status quo of Republicans in the Senate now is. So in a sense, Trump can do whatever the hell he wants and he's going to get away with an acquittal. We'll be covering it. We will also have more coverage about the lead up, including about Donald Trump's lawyers, on the David Pakman Show Instagram. Make sure you're following us there at David Pakman Show, and follow me on Instagram at david.pakman. One of our sponsors is Four Sigmatic, the company best known for their delicious mushroom coffee. Four Sigmatic's mushroom coffee is organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica coffee with both lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. Chaga mushrooms have actually been shown to have potential in supporting the immune system in peer-reviewed studies. I've been drinking Four Sigmatic coffee a lot lately. It actually doesn't taste anything like mushrooms. It just tastes like any delicious coffee, but it's really easy on my stomach, doesn't give me any jittery feeling or a midday crash. And they have over 20,000 five-star reviews. And best of all, if you don't love it, you'll get 100% of your money back because they stand behind their product. You've got nothing to lose by giving it a try. Four Sigmatic is giving my audience up to 40% off and free shipping when you go to foursigmatic.com/Pakman. The link is right underneath this video.